Good morning, and welcome to Island Tea right here on with Media SKN with your faves, Kevin Hanley and Azim Bailey, featuring Jade Gwen, CPL Idita Johnson. Now, guys, from the time you hear me do the intro, you don't know what I mean. Solo show today. Solo show. I don't think any of any of the other faves. Well, there's only one fave, right? Any of the other fave is going to be joining me today. The Duke has his Duking duties to do, and Jade, of course, is gallivanting. But that is how it is, and I'm always glad to be here with you guys, no matter what the situation. I have fun. I have fun when I come here in the morning. Hey, Shabang, morning. Big up yourself. Real friend of the show. Always here early and on time. Present teacher. But guys, it is October 5th, and the time is now 8:06. I don't know about you guys, but and we say this all the time, the time must be speeding up. Time must be speeding up. I don't understand how we're in October already. It seems like just yesterday we were talking about what 2021 is going to look like, and we can't wait for 2021 to come. But here we are in October, officially into the last quarter, officially looking forward to the Christmas season. I wonder if there's any seasons that we think it's look forward to between now and Christmas. Anybody here big into Halloween? I have friends who live in the US whose their favorite time of year is Halloween. I have some people here who I suspect might actually be looking forward to Cyber Mondays after Thanksgiving. So we don't do Thanksgiving here. Well, not officially, not officially, but I know some people who do. But yeah, is Cyber Monday is a thing? That's a big thing that people are looking forward to. I turned a few friends on to Amazon Prime Day this year. Let me see. Let me get back my music playing. Let me see what I got here. Yeah. So I turned a few friends on to Prime Day this year, which is a day when Amazon has a bunch of price cuts and deals on their platform. Whether it's a website or the app that you're looking at. And a lot of people didn't really know about it, but some people really benefited. I got a bunch of stuff on Prime Day. Necessities, you know it is. Right now, nobody's spending a bad dollar. Well, let me not say nobody. I try not to spend a bad dollar. But you know, the funny thing about spending, and it's funny because we were talking about Financial Literacy Month just yesterday. But the funny thing about spending is it seems to be easier to spend the closer you get to zero. I wonder if that happened to anybody else. Like, I remember when I would be like on my last few dollars when I was living abroad, and for some reason that's the time when I just walk out, you know what, yeah man, I got a nice meal. You're gonna ramen. You're going down to your favorite little Italian restaurant in the strip mall, and ordering the lasagna. And it for some reason that's when everybody wants to treat themselves. I don't know if it's because we get this like dopamine shot when we spend money. And not only when we spend, the anticipation of getting something new. Like, I know that's a thing. I know that is something that stores play on, and they do it really effectively. I was watching something just this past weekend on certain fashion stores that they understand, you know, you're looking forward to getting something, so on top of that, it also becomes harder for you to deny it once there's the perception that you're getting a deal. So even though this shirt costs $2.94 to manufacture and get in the store. They put $50 on it, well, $49.99 on it, and then tell you they're slashing it by 20%. And then you really basically buy I can't give up this deal. Wow, you know people can't turn on a 50% discount? You know how much people can't. I remember the first time I went to St. Martin on a shopping trip, not like just a regular trip, but on a shopping trip. And I remember my dad wanting to go. Oh, look who it is, and look who it is in the chat. Somebody with the moniker J. Johnson. I wonder who that could be. Anyway. But I remember going to waking up early because I think it was my dad who said, like, you know, it's good to get in the stores early because of the religious beliefs of a lot of the store owners. They don't want the first customer to leave without buying something. It's like a bad omen for the rest of the day. So we got out and we got there early and started like going through the stores. We had an idea like which stores we needed to go to, what we liked and thing from the day before. And we got this stuff for next to nothing. Like next to nothing. Like you just walk out the door, man, like, you look like you want this, I'll give it to you for, and he'll slash the price right down to the point where he probably breaking even. And at that point I knew it wasn't a matter that it wasn't just that he needed to get the first sale. It was a matter that he knew what his margin was. So the combination of those two things, hey, this is what it costs for me to get it here. So I could sell it there and break even, as well as, yeah, man, I really want this first customer to buy something. So yeah, we don't even understand like all of these philosophies and, you know, these mind games that we play and we fall victim to when we go into these stops and we go online and things like that. But yeah, in these times we really gotta be careful. I wonder, because I know a lot of people right now are finding it difficult to save. Finding it difficult to save money, finding it difficult to, never mind to invest. Investing for a lot of people right now is near impossible. Or at least it feels that way. But the truth is, now might be the time where we really need to figure out somewhere what is it that we're going to give up, what is it that we're going to sacrifice to be able to take a few dollars and put aside, because after this, who knows what's coming next. I hate to be like the dark cloud hovering over the airwaves, but who knows what's coming up next. I don't believe that we've seen like the worst of this. I don't know what the next twist in the pandemic is going to be. You know what I've been thinking about lately too? I don't know if you guys have been seeing all the talk about the antiviral pills. So like the COVID pills that are being developed right now. There's some of them that are, if not heading off like in the approval process, are already pretty far in the trials process. Now, I believe that people would naturally be more open to a pill versus a vaccine. A lot of people ain't like needles, like simple that. And not only that, we take pills daily, like whether it's your vitamin C, whether it is your ginkgo biloba, whether it is the little blue pills, the blue or the red, I don't know. But it's, some people be taking pills for all sorts of things. So I think there's a familiarity there. Like you generally don't get injections like on a daily basis. So the familiarity probably might make people more open to receiving whatever type of medication, you know, in that form, in a pill form orally, versus what would be the term, intravenously. I may be wrong, Again, I'm not the sweetest stalk of sugarcane in the field, but via injection. So I was there thinking like, how that gonna play out? The problem I'm having now is that I feel that when these pills become available, people are gonna be so dug in. Well, obviously, Jade, this person with the moniker Jade Johnson, asking the young people, ask what you know about the blue pills. I don't even know the correct color, so obviously not much. But there's no shame. There's no shame in my game, and I think the thing about it is that yo, do what you gotta do, guys. Like people be frowning on people for weird things. Yeah, like do what you gotta do. But anyway, back to what I was saying. So I was thinking like how this whole pill thing can play out. Like how is this situation any different? And the thing that I'm fearing is that because of the way this vaccine argument has become so tribal, and people have kind of fallen on one side or the next around the vaccine, I think that there are people who, given other circumstances, let's say the pill came out first, that they would have been gung-ho. But now, because of all the discussion, all the fight, all the war, all the arguments, conversation, the perceived lies and mistrust and all of these things, people gonna just dig their heels in on one side of the fence or the other. And I feel like I don't know how open a lot of people are gonna be taking the pill. I think a lot of the arguments that we see now with the vaccine may actually transition over to the pill. There might be some people who are, like, okay, cool, I'm more comfortable with the pill and all of that and thing. So yeah, that might be, you might see some people going down that road. Also, I don't know, I wonder if the pills would substitute for like booster shots. That's something I've also been thinking about. But yeah, it's kind of interesting to see. I'm waiting to see how that whole thing plays out when the pills become available. And they will. Don't fool yourself. They will pass trial by next year. Next year gonna be this year. Okay. 2020 was the year of the lockdown in regards to dealing with the pandemic. So it was all the not just the lockdown, but the protocol. It was a protocol approach to dealing with the pandemic. So whether it's mask mandates, whether it is lockdowns and stuff like that, that's where we were at. Social distancing. What social distancing look like? People even know what I mean? We gotta teach people what social distancing mean. Why 6 feet? Why not 4 feet? Like all these things. Like, so that was 2020. 2021 became the battle between the vaxxed and the unvaxxed. And that battle still rages, with no side giving quarter. So that's kind of where we're at now. I anticipate that as it relates to how we deal and the rhetoric that goes behind what we need to do to get out of this pandemic, 2022 gonna be the year of the pill. Antiviral pills, the COVID pill, I think that's what we're gonna be arguing about next year. I don't know. I don't know where this thing is gonna go. In relation to the vaccine, one of the things that I found very interesting last night, so the last few days I've been taking time to go and look at the news coming out of the islands that seem to be having trouble dealing with the pandemic. So, the Dominicas, Barbados, St. Lucia, Antigua, Grenada. All this on YouTube, guys. You can literally type in Grenada news. Try it sometime. But anyway, just make sure you look at when it was streamed. But anyway, so I have been looking at that, and last night I went and was looking at the Grenada news, and one of the things that has been a common thread in all these islands is the increase in people going out and taking the vaccine. And I felt that was interesting. I think what we and somebody who was there and I was talking to was telling me by what hours seem to have stuck, and I was like, yeah, that's how we're gonna be, because people being motivated by different things. There were people who were motivated just by the mere fact that we that we have this pandemic and it's rough and it's obviously affected society in a way that no one could have probably anticipated. And those are the people who went out initially and got vaccinated. Then we saw another spike when we had community spread. And that was their motivation to go. Now my thing is, there might be other factors and other variables, but when we look at when we see things plateau and when we see things spike, it correlates with these things. So as much as you might want to say, oh no, people was waiting for this and people was waiting for it to get approval in the US and people was waiting for this different. People was waiting for two things. And this is what I've been seeing across the Caribbean. People been waiting for two things. People were waiting for community spread, and people been waiting for deaths. And that's the unfortunate part about it. I was listening to an interview last night between several panelists in Grenada. And one of the panelists said it felt like the angel of death passed over Grenada. What people really saying that? If that reflects the situation that's going on, then what are you gonna do? Now let's see if the phone lines are working this morning. Let's try and see if we get this caller. Caller, good morning. You're live on Island T. Hopefully. Okay, so the phone line's probably working, guys. I actually got a dial tone today. I wasn't even getting that yesterday, so feel free to call back and join the conversation. But yeah, guys, and that's what I'm saying. Like, people don't want to. I think people maybe don't want to say these things, but I think if you look at it, that's what's going on. People are waiting for two things, and people say they're waiting, and people say what they're waiting for. Like, I used to ask people what you're waiting for. Like, what is it that you're waiting for? And people tell me, just more time to go to see what happened to. You're going to take it, and I can. You're waiting for community spread, and you're waiting for people to dead. That's really what's going on. Because that's what we see happening now. In these countries, people running to the vaccination centers. But let's try this again. Good morning, caller. Live on LNT. What's up?
Hey, good morning.
Morning.
Man, this is the angel of life.
Welcome.
Yeah, man, some of them counting the dead, When it's a certain number, they're going to run.
Oh, that's what they're
and the day when they expire. You're talking about the, good morning to all the listeners at home and abroad. You're talking about the pills. The pills, they are not a preventative measure,
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Because some people might think, I won't buy a pill and I wouldn't get it. No.
Mm-mm.
It's only after you have it that you can use the pill. And the price of the pill put it beyond the reach of more than 50% of the population. I think it's about $700 for one.
Yeah, that's what it is. But I do anticipate that that's going to come down now.
Hello, and kind of come down still out to the rich poor people.
Yeah, but I do believe that.
You understand?
I do believe that by the end of next year, we're going to see a big price drop.
Yeah, but look at the access to it. Or maybe they're hoping, they say, well, we're not going to sell enough. You do your maths, right? P times Q, price times quantity equal to revenue.
Yeah, they're gonna figure out where the price needs to be.
I said, why in God earth you they start so high? I mean, I hear that even the Pfizer say 70 US each or something like that.
Yeah, but I think what's gonna happen is that
maths on the government, man.
I think what's gonna happen is that initially they believe in that. Bear in mind, a lot of what's going on now, a big pharma kind of dictating a lot of what's happening. But I do believe that they suspect that a lot of governments may subsidize the price of it, and that's what that'll be initially, and then after that they'll bring down the price.
But the price is extremely high, man.
Yeah.
You know, so the vaccine available, you know, it's out of your reach right now. So if you are waiting for the pill, I don't know when it's gonna come down. It come down in America. America has a way. They buy up the whole supply, you know, before they even start to produce. Just like how they do with the vaccine.
Yeah.
They buy up the whole stock before the production reach there. So mine, go and get your free. Go while it is free.
But I was about to ask you. I said, do you believe that we're gonna get to a point where the vaccine is no longer free, subsidized fully by the government?
I believe so. If the government is forced to buy it at the price, because remember right now it is under COVAX, eh?
Yeah.
People giving us free. So if it reaches a stage, because once the demand fall.
Well, we did put money to the COVAX facility, right? We did.
Down, but it may reach there, because I was surprised to learn that in some countries people have to pay for it.
Yeah, it's already a cost to it in some countries.
Yeah, I mean by the individual. You know, so I am encouraging our people and for the children. You know, I was so surprised to hear that a young lady died. Because, you know, we think it's middle age and old age. But they said she was asthmatic. We were advised to go and take it in. When you already had asthma, you can't breathe properly. So when COVID hit you, it's gone in. You know, so my condolences to all those who have lost people. Because it is grievous. And all the number watchers. You know, as you said it, people waiting for more to die, you know. Yeah, that's unfortunate. When they reach 30, or when they reach 20, whatever number they have in their head.
But not only that too. I think that's one, and I think two is when it hit close to home. When it hit close to home.
Close to home, in the home.
In the home.
Yeah, when it reach in the home, when it's your auntie, your uncle, or whatever, and you knew that she wasn't vaccinated and some of them were protesting, and you yourself might have even influenced that person. But then it is too late. You know, so I prefer our people that they would use wisdom and please put on the mask. You know what I found interesting? I heard Abdi or Samuel or the police were saying they might have to put police on the boats, on the ferries, because they board with the mask on and then they take it off. And when the shipmates or whatever ask them, they get aggressive. It's the same thing happening in the U.S. on planes and so. People are attacking the hostesses and so when they ask to put them back on. So that they're getting very confrontational on the boats. So mine, you see how Nevis there ain't had none? Had their little 1-1, you see what they reach now?
Well, last night I was looking at the numbers in Nevis, and the thing that I feel is interesting with the Nevis situation is that the fact that they don't test in Nevis, I think there's a huge disparity in what the real numbers are and what we're seeing. The real numbers are probably a lot more.
They're testing, but they're sent to St. Kitts.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I think if people, because here what happened, you know, people could go to the hospital if they feel they might be exposed, like they ain't feeling well and that kind of thing. That's not necessarily happening as much in Nevis.
You know, but the tests are processed here. They do tests in Nevis.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's not as accessible, and people aren't as willing to go. When I speak to people in Nevis, yeah, that's kind of like that's one of the things that they do.
I'm to tell somebody you're complaining got a bad headache. I say go and get them tests. Go let them test you. Because when you're in between the families, you're spreading it. So by the time that you can't breathe or you can't taste, you're already infected.
Yeah. I think.
And I just pray for the country. That's the most you could do. And you talk about the days shortened. The Bible said God will shorten the days for the elect's sake. Because if we ain't shorten the days, all of us will go in. You know, so please, when you're on the boat, don't bother give hustle people in trouble or whatever boat. And on the water taxes, please do not give them any trouble. Because they can't put them off. You know?
You're not on the boat, so you can't stop until you jump off.
The boat, talk the truth, talk the truth. No, just yes or no, I mean to sure.
Oh boy.
Which one you choose? You ain't too sure.
Bye.
You want to put off?
That'll work.
All right then. Have a good day.
All right. Thanks so much. But guys, we're actually gonna take a short break, and we're gonna come back with our friends from the Solid Waste Management Corporation for talking trash. So don't go nowhere. Stick and stay. We'll be right back right here on Win Media SKN.
If you say you love your little dear country, try to do something positively. Be a watchdog for the environment. Don't leave everything to the government. We dump our garbage anywhere, lit on the streets everywhere. Our behavior is telling me that we really don't care. Take some pride in your country. Volunteer to clean where it's dirty. Tourism development needs a healthy environment. Whenever we litter, we threaten our survival. So those who engage in it should be treated like criminals. So don't be afraid at all if they call you an informer. Report those who endanger our future. So if you really love this blessed land, this situation demands attention. Think about the future generation. Do what we can to preserve this island. The laws for littering we must enforce. We have to let justice take its course. If you are a proud citizen, you have the right, you have a reason to save this land from destruction. You have an obligation to become involved in anything which affects this nation.
The Solid Waste Management Corporation, SWMC, is working hard each and every day to keep St. Kitts clean. Our primary mandate is to collect household waste while maintaining the engineer sanitary landfill in Connery. While it is the responsibility of businesses to see to it that their garbage is properly collected and disposed of at the landfill, the SWMC offers a commercial waste disposal service with our Nosy program. We also offer a bin rental service where persons can rent large bins to do community cleanups or other waste disposal activities. Additionally, our headquarters in Taylor's Range include state-of-the-art conference rooms for rental. So when you're hosting another event, consider using the SWMC conference facilities. We want to continue serving you by keeping our environment clean. Because at the SWMC, waste matters. For more information, call our office at 465-9507.
Good morning, and we are back right here with Media SKN, and we have our friends from the Solid Waste Management Corporation here with us for talking trash this morning. How are you guys doing?
Good. Great.
Well, Nama, it's always a pleasure to see you in here,
Thank you.
and you usually come with some friends.
Yes, I like to bring people along.
Yeah, you seem like you're very personable. Everybody willing to come line with Namabai.
Yes. I try a thing.
Well, let us know who's in the studio with us today.
Well, I mean,
These are
they're
no strangers. These no strangers.
Yes. So I will allow them to introduce themselves, you know?
Hi, good morning. My name is Lonnie Souza Litterwarden. Hi, good morning. My name is Lonnie Souza Litterwarden.
Good morning. My name is Ivanka James Litterwarden.
And of course, I'm Nama. I think we keep it nice and short.
Just, I know you have lots of things that you want to get to this morning, so that would suffice. But what we have going on today? What's on the agenda?
Yeah, for today, on the agenda, we have, we've, as I spoke about last week, we had some changes that we are currently making, and so we just want to update those individuals with regards to their collection schedule, so we want to mainly focus on that, as well as just some reminders with regards to the derelict vehicles and the illegal disposing of waste across the nation. And so, but our main focus today will be on the collection schedule. And so I would just like to remind everyone, if it is you have any further questions, you can contact us directly at 465-9507, and you can just ask to speak to anyone from the collections department, and they will be able to elaborate, explain, expound on anything further, any questions that you might have. Yeah.
All right, so scheduling is what we're talking about.
Yes.
So please tell the people when the truck come in.
Well, first of all, let me clarify. Let me make it clear that if you do not hear your area, it means that your regular day remains the same. So once you don't hear us call your area, it doesn't mean that we're not coming. It just means that whatever day we usually come, that's the day we will come, unless God forbid something happens.
Which is hardly ever the case. Solid waste pretty consistent.
Thank you.
Yes.
We do try, and our men, our loaders and drivers, the entire collections team, they work tirelessly to ensure that that happens. And so I mean, kudos to them.
Indeed.
For getting out there sometimes 3-4 o'clock in the morning.
How do you say them?
To just make sure.
How do you say them?
Once you're not parked to obstruct us, we're good.
Nice.
You know, we don't have to toot no horns for anybody to come out.
We tell them, when they go by the friend in the evening, he's after the side, man. He's after the side.
That's so the talks have been working.
Yeah.
Yes. So
We do our part.
when you go and pay your visitations or whatever else, just park off the road. Don't obstruct when the truck is coming, and that way we wouldn't have to wake up the entire neighborhood just so you can move your vehicle.
Sounds good to me.
All right, so let's get right down to it. We have some changes happening in Zone 5. And Zone 5, this is on Mondays. Mondays, Zone 5 include Newtown. Yeah, Newtown, including, so you're going to have Ponds Extension, Ponds Pasture, Ponds Industrial Site, East Street, Branch Street, Baker's Corner, Wellington Road, Manchester Avenue, Sebastian Street, Neverson Street, John Street, and Needmus. All of these areas will be collected on Monday. So all of these areas, look out for the truck on Monday to come and collect your waste. In Zone 24 on Mondays, we have Western New Road, Gillards, Carifesta Village, and Douglas Estate. So that's Zone 24 on Mondays. I will repeat: Western New Road, Gillards, Carifesta Village, and Douglas Estate.
And this is going to effect from when?
Immediately.
Okay.
That's today. Pretty much.
All right.
Yes. So we did start last week, and we do apologize for not having sent out that message earlier. However, it sort of happened that we had to make those changes. And so while we were tweaking, making sure that we can cover whatever areas, we do apologize for any inconvenience that would have been caused. And so going forward, Unless there are further changes, this is the schedule that we'll be maintaining for some time. On Tuesdays, we're talking about Zone 2. On Tuesdays, we have Frigate Bay, Calypso Bay, Fort Tyson, Horizon, Potato Bay, Sugars. Those are on Tuesdays for Zone 2. For Zone 27 on Tuesday, we have Half Moon and Connery Hill. So Connery Hill is on Tuesdays. However, those in Connery, your day remains the same. So don't get confused, Connery Hill with Connery. So Connery, your day remains the same. I believe that's on a Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. Do not hold me to that. I believe that's on a Wednesday, but Connery Hill, your collection will be on a Tuesday. For Zone 3, Bird Rock, Earl Morn, Harborview, and Suncrest. Your collection is on Tuesday as well. And Zone 24 on a Tuesday, we have White House Garden, Embassy Shore Housing, and Clico Housing Project. Let me repeat that. White House Garden, Embassy Shore Housing, and Clico Housing Project. And Zone 8 on a Tuesday, we're still on Tuesday, Buckley's Project, Dowers Garden, Upper St. Johnson Village, Lagreet, Buckley's Estate, and Amri Drive, straight up to Amri Drive. So all of that is on a Tuesday.
Okay.
Right? I hope some persons usually say I speak fast. I was trying to keep it nice and steady, and so I hope everybody has that clear. Of course, we'll repeat this once again, perhaps towards the end, but I'm going to hand over to my esteemed
Just before you do that, Nama, is there anywhere that people can go to actually see the updated schedule?
Shortly, we will have it up on the website.
Okay, guys, so
Yes.
just know.
But if you have any questions, for now, just call 465-9507 for any clarification.
All right, great.
Okay, for Zone 22, on Wednesday, Upper Keon, Waterworks, Cabbage Tree, Whites, and Central Keon. The collection was on Tuesdays, but now it's gone to Wednesdays. For Zone 23, on Thursdays, we have Lower Keon, Hermitage Extension, Cunningham, and Spooners. That's Zone 23 on Thursday. For Zone 24, on Wednesday, we have Lower Monkey Hill, up to, and Parry Village. Zone 24, on Wednesday, Lower Monkey Hill, up to, and Parry's Village. For Zone 24 again, on Thursday, we have Parry's Housing Project, Cedar Grove, and Milliken. That's Zone 24. On Thursday, Parry's Houses Project, Cedar Grove, and Milliken. For Zone 24 on Friday, we have Stapleton Estate, Stapleton Village, Odgies, up to Odgies. So on Zone 24 for Friday, we have Stapleton Estate, Stapleton Village, up to Odgies. That's Zone 24.
And that's on a Friday. So if you did not hear your area or zone, it means your day that is scheduled remains the same. Yeah, so once you don't hear, it means your day remains the same. If you don't see pickup on that day, it means perhaps there's something wrong. And so you can just call the office to clarify if it is maybe we're perhaps running late or something has happened. However, your day remains the same. Once you heard your area, then it means that day is your new pickup date. Okay, so now that we've had that covered, hopefully, we will move over to one of the issues that we are having. Again, I know we have we focus a lot on derelict vehicles and their impact on the environment for some time now, but we do need to once in a while also remind persons of what the law says and how they could abide by that law.
Indeed.
Yeah. So I'll hand over to Lorna this morning to speak up on illegal dumping or illegal deposit
of litter.
Of litter. Yeah.
Talk to them, see?
Yeah. We've been talking about illegal dumping. Anyway, you got illegal dumping, cross the line, in the grass, in the bush, over the cliff, in the gut. You know, I see a lot of white goods, you know? And people feel like, well, it's just cool, like, oh man, machine mash up and me gonna put the car in landfill, so me gonna just dump it there and you got me live close by. And people feel like, yeah, it's okay. Well, it's not okay. Folks, it's not. As simple as it may look, as simple as it may sound, that's $500 there. You get caught. It's a ticketable fine of $500. And we've been asking people over and over again to please desist from doing illegal dumping. Because the place looks so messy, so nasty, so unsightly. You know, you pass, but especially people feel, oh, you chop down your greenway, you chew anything, and you just show the branches on people. And that again, you can't. It looks so unsightly. And, okay, they're like, say, oh, man, you're going to joy down. So since you're going to joy down, how come you can't cut it and then put it in your yard, to the back of your yard or something, but you're going to mess up somebody like that ain't look cool. And as simple as it may look, it may sound again, that is $500. If you're being caught. So we appealing to people over and over and over. Some people call and say we sound like a broken car. Yes, it's true. We sound so for true. So please, folks, please stop illegal dumping. Please, please, please. It doesn't look good. It look unsightly. And even to that, sometimes when you look, you see rats and things running from under the garbage, running in people's place, people complaining. You understand? The mosquitoes. You know, they carry sickness, and you could just pay a little fine, but some of them not even free if you carry them to the landfill site. Some of them ain't even pay nothing. And then we have a big problem with folks giving people their garbage to carry to the landfill, and they dispose of it illegally again.
Yes.
We asking you, if you give Nama your garbage to carry to the landfill site, please ask Nama for it. You receive when she come back from the landfill site.
I wonder if it would be a conflict of interest for me to start that business.
If Nama cannot produce the receipt, she ain't carry landfill. So that means Nama dispose of it illegally. And then you're going to have to pay.
Yes.
You may say, well, I pay Nama. Yes, that is the truth. But you are responsible for your garbage. Even though you give Nama your garbage and not Ivanka, you are responsible for your garbage. Make sure you ask them, no matter whether they say, oh, you ain't trust me. No, you ain't trust them. Ask them for your receipt. Understand?
It's not about trust, it's a business transaction. So you need proof that it was
exactly
taken.
that you take it to the landfill site by producing their receipt.
And
You
landfill always give
understand?
receipts.
Yes.
And landfill always give receipt. So don't be afraid to ask folks for your receipt.
Exactly.
No matter how they're going, you want your receipt to make sure, because you're hearing it over and over the radio that folks been throwing the garbage in guts over the cliff, in bushes. And it's a health hazard to you. We might be cool, or they pay me, I got a little extra change, me pay not no time because I'm going to carry them. And it's cool, but it's not cool.
No.
So folks, please, 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 when you give anybody your garbage to carry to the landfill, so ask for receipt.
Yes,
We've
just
been
ask them, take a
preaching, we've been
picture.
praying.
Yeah, what's up?
WhatsApp, I know WhatsApp was down yesterday. I hope people didn't suffer too much.
Maybe folks forward it, but you didn't read. Maybe it could be, but...
No, WhatsApp was down yesterday, but if you ask for the picture, it came in when WhatsApp came back up. So that's no excuse.
Yeah, and it's very unsightly.
Yes.
And we're just appealing again to the public. We as little ones, we have our powers, we have our function and our powers, and we are here to prevent, to ensure, and to assist. And that is what we are going to do. So some folks might be, give me a little chance. And no, when you come on illegal dumping, we ain't giving nobody no chance. Because you know what, we've been preaching this week after week after week, and it's about time now we stop preaching. Only if you head hard and you can't take in what we're saying. So we just appealing for the last time to folks, please to stop doing illegal dumping. If you have your garbage, please carry to the landfills. And then some of the things then what we find in the garbage that is things that the dump truck does take up.
Yeah.
So I just do not understand why people still keep doing that. Because some of them is simple things. Then you could put out for when the truck comes and may understand why they keep doing illegal dumping. So then this can probably be the last time we vent, and it's just ticket.
Action time.
Action time.
Action speak louder than words.
I think persons also need to realize that Lorna has been a litter warden for a long time. She has seen from the very inception of litter wardens. Lorna has been a litter warden, and so she has the history, she has the experience, and she knows what she's talking about. When you're talking about how it's affected, first of all, how it has grown over the years in terms of the illegal dumping, how it has manifested over the years and the impact it has had, she has seen that firsthand. And so when you hear the passion in her voice, it's because she knows what she's talking about. She has experienced this, and she knows people know they're not supposed to, and they still do it. And so the time for pleading basically has come to an end. We're no longer going to be pleading. We're just going to be informing you that X, Y, and Z is the action going to be taken going forward, full stop.
Jam them, Lana, jam them.
So at the end of the day, you ask, if you're asking someone to take your waste to the landfill, get the proof. It's not about not trusting you. It's not about anything. It's a business transaction. And so you need the proof that that person did exactly what they were supposed to do. And at the end of the day, legally, the action will be taken against you. Not just the person illegally dumping, but also whose waste it belonged to initially. And so to protect yourself, get your receipt. That's the only way you can protect yourself.
Indeed.
Yeah. So, Lorna. Oh, no. Lorna or Vanka, in terms of the derelict vehicles, how has that been coming along? I know we tagged a lot of vehicles across the entire country.
We tagged many vehicles. We're still collecting vehicles, but it's so much so. There's still a lot out there, especially on the east side of the country. So some of the vehicles, we get a little difficulties with people say they want in parts, and even though we still give them the 7 days and waiver, when the truck go to collect the vehicles, them is still becoming a problem. So, but we're going to take it in a different way when we come to you guys. So it's not no more that you want parts. We give you a time, 7 days is the time. After the 7 days, we come on a different capacity and we collect the vehicles.
Okay.
Whenever you want to take it out.
So you see, illegal dumping ain't messing around. Derelict vehicles not messing around either. We giving you 7 days.
Sometimes we even ask them, we use discretion and we ask them, how many times do you think you need?
Right.
Toting, and some give some difficult answer. Oh, they don't know, and they ain't gonna time and thing, and
make time.
Right.
When we give them the time now, we're still passing over the time where we give them to take out the parts, and the vehicle's still there, no work done on it, nothing to it, but it's still there in the same spot with glass going up to the roof and all them store with it, and it look very nasty and rats and all them things causes. And the thing is in the neighborhood, in a commercial site, is in the neighborhood, close people's houses.
And Dr. Browne last week spoke about the impact of that.
Impact, right, the environmental impact.
So,
the thing for me though is, to me, y'all doing people a favor.
Yeah.
Like, y'all really, like, they ain't got to pay to get this thing moved out. Like, just take what you need and be thankful for the fact that the corporation taking it away free of cost.
Exactly.
So when this project done now, it's time to spend the money there.
Yeah, man, charge
If you don't want it to go free, when the project
be
done,
willing
it's
to pay
time
your money.
spend money.
Yeah.
That's all. So you may see some like removal orders on some of the vehicles that is out there that you may feel it done on 7 days and over, but we ain't forget you guys, we're still coming around to collect. We have to do zones by zone, so don't feel like we're taking too long. We're still coming around
there
project
are a
still
lot
going
more
on,
derelict
and
vehicles than
we're gonna reach to your village and we'll reach your area to collect the vehicles. So just give us a little time and be a little patient with us. And
because persons are calling in.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
want. I have this. There's a derelict vehicle down the. There's persons are calling in every single day.
Sorry, so man.
I mean, it's serious out there. So we do want to say thank you to those individuals for calling in and letting us know, because first of all it shows that the initiative that we have taken, it really is something that the community wants, and also that it's doing some service because persons are on board. And so we do thank everyone for supporting us and working with us as we try to clean up. And over the past few weeks, we have discussed how impactful and negatively impactful they can be to us directly. And over the years, last week, I mean, when Dr. Brown spoke about some of the fumes where we are breathing in and so forth, and how that can impact us, when Tricia came on and she spoke about how the fish are eating some of these white goods and how that could impact us physically, and how it impacts the industries, our livelihood, businesses, and so forth. I mean, at the end of the day, I think it's getting in. Persons are understanding, and so they're taking action. And so I just want to commend everyone for doing so. Yeah.
yeah, and sometimes when you see the notice, even call solid waste to say, well, because some people say they buy those crash vehicles for parts. So if you just see us put on a notice on it, then you call solid waste and you say, I see a notice on my vehicle, but I just want to know that I buy it for parts and whatever. So just please me and give me a little time. Because you had time like when we started at Kayan at first, and he had some like vehicles like further down on the bushes. So we went and we put on notice and thing. When time like to go back, the man say, a mechanic site going down there with him. I ain't even know.
Right.
I ain't even know that that's what going on.
Right.
So I went down there to put on the thing. You ain't tell me that. When it's time to collect now the vehicles, you're gonna tell me if I know a mechanic thing going down there. Then I supposed to do. I do my work.
Right.
And that's my work. And I have to do my work to get my pay.
I best have
You're
to
doing
start
your work. You're doing your work and I do my work. And that's why I said we're gonna come different. I mean, I say how we're gonna come on top here, but we're gonna come different.
Right. So take the opportunity now.
Yeah, it's overbearing now. It's overbearing now with these derelict vehicles. It's all way overbearing now because people ain't seen the notice. Sometimes notice on them like for 2 weeks and 3 weeks, and then when I attempt to collect the vehicles, no. They find time. No,
Right.
I was telling
7
you,
days that you have
they
to.
still only collect the vehicles, but they ain't see the notice on the vehicles.
Yeah, that's the funny thing, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the funny thing about it, yeah.
3 weeks ago, they didn't see the notice, but
they happen to see when you
collect
come.
the vehicles
Yeah,
now, they took cause confusion and all kind of things.
They're going to say, when you came, it was one individual
That's
coming
it.
to put on a notice, but when you're coming to collect, it's a big truck, so they noticed all of a sudden.
Yeah, and then sometimes we even show them, look, the notice in the vehicles, what you say, you ain't see. You check?
So at the end of the day, you really, we have to do our part. We have to do our job. This is what we do. We try to maintain cleanliness within the country. And so at the end of the day, when we come and we put the notices, you have 7 days to contact us and tell us that you need this vehicle for this part, or that it's not a derelict. You have 7 days to challenge that decision. 7 days, that's it. Beyond the 7 days, it's out of everybody's hands. And so we can come and we can collect that vehicle. And once that vehicle has gone to the landfill, you will have to pay, if it is you want to prove that it's not a derelict vehicle and for some reason it happens to really not be one, which is very unlikely. You have to pay for it to be returned, and you still have to compensate us as well.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So, as you said previously, it's basically a favor.
You getting it free?
Yep.
You're getting the
take
service
free.
for free.
Take the free service now.
Take the opportunity. Go through all your derelicts. If it is your mechanic, go through your derelicts. Check them out. See if they have already been tagged. If not, go through them. Take out the parts. And even if they are tagged, take out the parts while the vehicle is still there. When we're coming, it's not fair, and nor is it it's just not fair for us to spend on gas to come there to collect.
Yeah.
Because there's a cost
And
attached to
diesel.
that.
Right.
And then for us to return without a vehicle.
Without a vehicle.
Yeah.
It does not make any financial sense. And so when we come there, we're coming to collect.
Yeah.
And that means we have already given you that 7 days. And most
Sometimes
of the time, more.
Yes. Yeah.
And so let's just
So chance coming.
work with
Chance
one
going with
another.
us.
Yeah. yeah. Definitely.
Because I guess that's why so much daily vehicle around the country too, because they had to pay once ago. They had to pay, so I guess people walk out there and take.
Yeah, they just dump it to avoid
Yeah.
paying.
To
Right.
avoid paying, but now we're free. It's still a problem. So what you want us to do? Want our souls? I don't understand.
I stop stress on Vanco.
And when they stress out back about stress me out.
You understand?
Like, Nama, you need to tell
Yeah,
these
so
people.
it's free. Use it. What is it? And something free take too.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, something
Exactly.
free take too. So since we come to you free, and the matter of fact, we didn't even tell you bring it to the landfill. We come in to collect it.
Yeah.
So see, easy
Which
as
means-
easy peasy.
Which means you don't have to pay to get it transported, and you don't
I-
have to pay
to get it done.
to get it done. So
Yeah.
you don't pay tipping fees. You don't pay. It's all free. All you have to do is just take out your parts that you need. That's all.
That's all.
And most of the time, there's none.
But yeah, there's just harders, you know. You think the harders, just like see things just put on.
You know, but that's kind of like a little Caribbean thing, though. We do like to hoard a lot. If
Yeah.
it's not the plastic bags, it's something else that you say your tante gonna need or your grandchild gonna need at some
You
point
never
in
know,
time.
you never know.
You never know, apparently.
Yeah.
But there's certain things that just should not be hoarded.
Yeah, and not only that too, like we keep saying, like the impact not only aesthetically in the community, but just even health wise.
Yes.
You know, the rodents that it harbors, the chemicals.
Yes.
Like it's not a good look, guys. So
No.
take advantage, please, of the opportunity. If there's developed vehicles in your community, then yeah, make sure that you let solid waste know so they could
Yes.
come and get it for you.
465-9507. Call and just ask to speak to pretty much anyone can answer. We will have somebody who you can speak to that you can give the information to. And of course, let's not forget, for those areas that have changed in terms of their schedule, just take note of that, and we will have it up on our website shortly, and perhaps our social media pages as well, and so forth. So we'll try to get that information out to you where it's easily accessible, and so you can just go in, confirm, etc. Yeah, so that's it for us for this week, I believe.
And it's been a real pleasure.
As always.
Lorna, Vanka, thank you guys for coming in and
welcome.
letting us know exactly the situation. Guys, yeah, hear what they're saying here. This is the last chance here. Better jump on the train from the train to leave.
Correct is right.
Well, guys, this has been this episode of Talking Trash, and of course, they're here every Tuesday between 8:30 and 9 a.m.
Yes.
So make sure you tune in and join us next week for another episode. It's been great, guys. Looking forward to seeing you guys next week.
Most definitely.
All right.
I might drag them with me again.
Yeah, who knows? Vibes. But yeah, guys, stay tuned. We're going to be right back with more Island Tea right here on with me, Jessica. And no gonna.
If you say you love your little dear country, try to do something positively. Be a watchdog for the environment. Don't leave everything to the government. We dump our garbage anywhere, lit on the streets everywhere. Our behavior is telling me that we really don't care. Take some pride in your country, volunteer to clean where it's dirty. Tourism development needs a healthy environment. Whenever we litter, we threaten our survival. So those who engage in it should be treated like criminals. So don't be afraid at all if they call you an informer. Report those who endanger our future. So if you really love this blessed land, this situation demands attention. Think about the future generation. Do what we can to preserve this island. The laws for littering we must enforce. We have are a proud citizen. You have the right, you have a reason to save this land from destruction. You have an obligation to become involved in anything which affects this nation.
The Solid Waste Management Corporation, SWMC, is working hard each and every day to keep St. Kitts clean. Our primary mandate is to collect household waste while maintaining the engineer sanitary landfill in Connery. While it is the responsibility of businesses to see to it that their garbage is properly collected and disposed of at the landfill, the SWMC offers a commercial waste disposal service with our NOSI program. We also offer a bin rental service where persons can rent large bins to do community cleanups or other waste disposal activities. Additionally, our headquarters in Taylor's Range include state-of-the-art conference rooms for rental. So when you're hosting another event, consider using the SWMC conference facilities. We want to continue serving you by keeping our environment clean, because at the SWMC, waste matters. For more information, call our office at 465-9507.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib, it's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
Be a hero. September is the month of heroes in St. Kitts and Nevis. And for the months of September to October, Bosphorus Automotive wants you to be a hero too. Yes! Drive like a hero at the massive Bosphorus Automotive Be a Hero sales event. Go to Horsford's Automotive today and drive away like a hero with up to $35,000 discount on select models. Your choice of either free gas for 3 months or up to $1,000 in free groceries. Pay just 10% VAT. Yo, just 10% VAT. Free servicing for 1 year. Free bill of sale. Free registration, licensing, and tinting. 0 down payment. That's right. Absolutely 0 down payment. And much, much more. Drive away like a hero from Horsford's Be a Hero sales event. The biggest, most heroic sales event ever in the Federation. Terms and conditions apply. See store for details.
Alright, good morning guys and welcome back to Island Tea right here with Media SKN with your faves, Kevin and Azem, featuring Jade, Gwenny Gwen, CPLI, Dita Johnson, who none of the two of them here with me today. But in the absence of those two, I am not alone. I have friends with me in the studio this morning, and very special guest as well, very close friend of mine, and we have Mr. Philip Browne, who's the director in the industry of industry and commerce and the small business development unit, What is it? Is it this one?
Center.
Center, right.
SBDC.
Yes, and Mrs. Danielle Richardson, who is a senior industry officer. Is that correct?
Kinda.
Kind of. Well, I'm gonna let you tell me exactly your position. But guys, there's a very special conversation this morning. Something that we here at ILNT hold very dear to our heart, and that is just development of entrepreneurs and persons of the like, especially given the situation that we're in now. And I was speaking to Mr. Browne, who, we have these conversations from time to time. And, we always talk about opportunities that are available for persons here in the Federation. And sometimes, people seem to maybe not know or not take full advantage. And I thought it would be a good thing to have him come and speak a bit about some of what's happening and alert people as to some of the opportunities that are out there. But Mr. Browne, firstly, how are you?
I'm doing very well. I'm in good company. I'm with you.
Oh, with me? I thought you meant. Oh, okay. Well,
to be out with them is, always good.
Good vibes. And Mrs. Richards, how are you?
I'm good.
Yeah, you good?
Yes.
Watch out, I'll lay you out. I'll lay you out because Mrs. Richards came here this morning and it seemed as though she wasn't aware that she was going to be on camera.
What happened?
She wasn't aware. However, I must say that there was no problem. She is, of course, very much right at home on the camera. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure everybody at home who is looking is pleased to see her in his studio with us this morning.
Well, you kind of reminded me that I'm on camera, so thank you.
Watch it, we don't bite. Everybody is having fun. It's a good time right here on Island Tea in the morning. But you're telling me yesterday. You actually sent me some flyers, Mr. Browne, about some of the things that are happening. I think one of them has to do with the OECS Technology Competitiveness Hub for Innovation and Entrepreneurship, which seems like a very long name. But could you tell us a bit more about that program and what's happening?
All right. Thanks again for the opportunity. And before I start, you really hit the nail on the head because we're talking about opportunities. I mean, over the last year or so, we've been going through some tough times. There's been enough bad news and difficulty for businesses and so on. But what we want to do is to be the bearer of good news and talk about opportunities. We are entrepreneurs and small business persons can help can develop their businesses and get some support. So this program is one which is sponsored by the OECS. It is in fact sponsored by the OECS in terms of organizing and so on. It is funded by the IDB through Compete Caribbean, and the consultants is a consulting group based in Trinidad known as GBES. What is happening with this is that we've been able to network and find opportunities where our entrepreneurs, and I'd like to speak to young entrepreneurs as well, can get training via a virtual incubator type setting. So the program is one where we know that especially young people can log on to their devices and participate in a workshop. The workshop, you get training, and there's the opportunity for some grant financing and stuff like that, some financing, and preparing you for the world, preparing you for business, for markets. So that's what's happening. On offer is virtual incubation, also virtual acceleration. Now, incubation refers to the startups and so on, those who are under 2 years and stuff. Acceleration, those persons who are already in business and want to move their business to the next step.
So what you're telling me is that this opportunity is really open for entrepreneurs, and we're trying to really encourage young entrepreneurs here to really not only get some training where you don't have to fly off to some conference somewhere in Seattle or whatever. You could literally stay at home, log on, participate in this development program, and it could also even turn into something where you receive some grant money to help with the development and pushing forward of your idea?
Absolutely.
Wow.
It's open to entrepreneurs and persons in a number of sectors. I mean, we do agriculture, agribusiness, green and blue economy, health and wellness, information and communications, etc. So it's really a wide scope. And so we don't want persons to sit and think, well, maybe me ain't going to qualify. Maybe they ain't going to take me. Look, what we're saying is that these opportunities are here with us now. It's not like before, like you said, when you probably have to fly off to go somewhere. But we know that our young people especially, and our entrepreneurs, they're good at the devices. And so that would have taken away the biases. And when I speak to the biases, I'm speaking to the fact that over the years, when I would have participated in meetings, and then you look at the reports of who get funding and how much people participated and where the family say, oh, well, Jamaica get everything, the big islands, Trinidad get everything. Well, there ain't no young entrepreneur in Jamaica or Trinidad who can use a device and a computer and get into the technology better than anybody in St. Kitts Nevis.
Right.
And so, to me, it provides equal opportunity. It has leveled the playing field. And so it is for our people to take advantage.
Well, let's speak a bit about that before we even go a bit more into this particular program, because this program seems to be very interesting and actually very timely based on everything that we're seeing. But you spoke to the fact that sometimes it seemed, in the past, it seemed as though for maybe several factors, including maybe the cost to get participants to the particular program. If you had to travel, perhaps sometimes it's even just people not knowing exactly where to go to get the information, and maybe even help with the application process and stuff like this, that we didn't see people taking full advantage of these opportunities. But these opportunities do come around and are available. What would you say, like, we really as young entrepreneurs here in the Federation really need to do, or what do we as a community really need to do to see more people taking advantage of these things that are out there?
I want to allow Mrs. Richards to help me here, because one of the things that is important is for our young people to have these entrepreneurial traits, to research, to look for information, to pursue things. And we at the Small Business Development Center, of course we are in the Ministry of International Trade et al., would have been spending some time trying to update and upgrade our Facebook page and our the ministry's website, etc. What I want Mrs. Richards to do at this point is to let people know how they can find the information, how they can find us in terms of our Facebook page and so on.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Browne. Well, first I would like to address what you would have said as in relation to, having the access to the information and so forth and even getting help. That's one thing we at SBDC pride ourselves in. We are available for persons to come in and ask questions, even if it's not filling out the application for this particular project. We are available for anything in particular that you want assistance with. And we have a Facebook page. You can find us on SBDC, SKB, and we post information weekly, training opportunities. We have monthly training where that is usually streamed or shared. You can even contact us that way. You can ask questions. You can get a little consultation there. You can make an appointment to come in and meet with somebody. We have, future plans to do featuring of small businesses. And, we're just here trying to utilize the same tools to get our information out and to assist young people and others in, building the whole entrepreneurship spirit. So yeah, besides the SBDC, so you can also call and you can come in and everything like that. So we're available.
Well, let me interject here, because I think a lot of times people would hear about these departments and these offices, and I say, come in and talk to us and whatever. I, for one, can attest that I personally would have received help and consultation from the Small Business Development Unit, which really helped me to navigate certain things when I was building my business or trying to get certain things done with my business, and information, help, and things that I didn't even know were available. I didn't know that that's where I got information. And so if you're a young entrepreneur, if you own a business, if you're trying to develop a business, sometimes just even going and reaching out to the Small Business Development Center could be a real resource, because sometimes there's things that could help you on your journey that you don't even know are available.
Exactly.
Right? So and that was the case for me. I could speak for myself. Like I went there and was like, oh, really? I could do this. I could get this. I didn't know. Oh, okay. So this is how I have to navigate this to get So I was able to get that type of information, and it was really, really helpful. So I want to personally encourage people to reach out to the Small Business Development Center. It really is a really important resource for entrepreneurs and for persons who are involved in business. But let's get back to this particular program that is on the table and available to us here. What would you say are the benefits for persons who would be looking to participate in this particular program?
All right. Well, firstly, I'm sitting here and wearing a mask, so you wouldn't be able to see my smile, but I wanted to say an amen to your testimonial. And we were delighted that we could find a young person of your caliber who we could work with and see the benefits, and that's what we're all about. The satisfaction comes from seeing our entrepreneurs develop. Now, with regards to this particular program, like I would have hinted before, this program offers training. You register and you go through some processes. There's the screening, there's the interview and so on. But the important thing is to get registered, because even though the program, the first cohort is going to be done in 2 cohorts. There's a incubation, like I said, for the startups, and there's the acceleration program for those who are already in business and want to move to the next level. Now, so they'll go through the training. That training prepares them, to run a successful business. You're getting training. B, it prepares them for financing, getting you ready for financing. And C, of course, there's a little built-in mechanism where the top performer in the incubation program, top performer in the acceleration program, has an opportunity to get some grant funding as well, some seed capital. Now, that comes, your top performer, and there's a little pitch. You do a little pitch.
Right.
And I think the digits for the program, I think the incubation is up to $25,000 US.
What?
And the acceleration one is up to $12,500 US. So you don't walk away. Okay, you participate in the program, you get the training, but you have a chance to walk away with some funding. And even if you don't get that funding at that point, would have been part of a network.
A network, right.
We're keeping you in that network. The consultants have been reminding me day after day, make sure entrepreneurs understand that they would now be supported by an ecosystem which includes us.
Right.
And so we're not going to just tell them, thanks for participating. You didn't get a chance to do the grant. You got some training, but we're saying, thanks for being with us, because we are constantly looking for opportunities that we could direct you to.
Right.
So you're part of this program now.
I think that is an amazing set of benefits, because, like you said, the information itself is enough. It's important. Like and of course, the fact that you're able to perhaps get seed money to pump into your idea. Well, that goes without saying. A lot of time that's the hard part there for a lot of people, the financing, right? But I don't want us to overlook the importance of networking and the importance of having like-minded people who are invested and knowledgeable, that you have access to, right? I would have participated in a similar thing that is put on by the OECS, and it was to do with music and stuff like that. And out of that program, what I can say I would have gotten most out of it would have been the network of people that I now have access to. Through that, I've been able to get work, I've been able to get information when I needed it and stuff like that. That has been an invaluable part of the process for me. So I think, that can't be understated. It's amazing that these are the kind of opportunities that exist for people. Hopefully people are hearing and really are getting excited about it and are able to go on and think. How long is the program? How long does this run?
The program is of 7 months duration.
Okay.
Because what you're going to be able to do is, sit in the comfort of your home or your office, and participate in the training, the webinars and so on. And so once you would have gone through the screening, the interviews, you're selected, then you're in.
Right.
And so you're running for 7 months, basically, and it's not an everyday thing, You'd be involved in webinars at given times and so on. And the other thing that you mentioned just now, as a part of the network as well, the program is so designed that a mentor, and the mentors are also carefully screened and selected.
Right.
But a mentor is assigned, a mentor on the ground.
Oh, wow.
Assigned to your business so that, you have a difficulty, you have a question.
Right.
You pick up the phone, you call your mentor, you say, look, I'm looking at this, blah, having a little difficulty here. So the program is designed to ensure your success, to stay with you, to provide you with that, like I said, that ecosystem.
I think that most of us in business would know the statistics in relation to how much new businesses, fail, in quick time. And I know that that might be scary for a lot of people who are now thinking, man, I'm at a position where I have to retool, I have to reshift, I have to adapt, but it's scary. But having that resource where you could reach out to somebody who has experience, somebody who may be able to give you advice and stuff like that, I think that goes a long way in helping you to navigate some of those early pitfalls and really kind of give your business the best chance of survival, right? So that I think that is huge for persons. But you know what people are asking now. How much I gotta pay to get in on this program?
Listen, that is a good thing about this thing. That's why I was excited to get here this morning, because we've heard of all the difficulties the business community would be having over the last year and months, the COVID and so on. But COVID may have done some good as well, in that it is allowing, and I guess it's the new norm. It's allowing us now to compete on a level playing field. Like I said before, the biases are gone. Our entrepreneurs could access this program. Just so, go onto your device, register, get involved. And it is absolutely free.
It
is absolutely free. Well, it costs you some time, but if you're an entrepreneur, you're serious about your business, that's what you want to do, put time in your business.
Yeah, exactly.
So, it is...
So this is a 7-month program with all the benefits that we discussed earlier. And this is something that is available for entrepreneurs for free. That's what you're saying.
It is, and the funny thing about it, as you made mention of the mentors as well. Have you ever heard the story about the father and son? Father would have tried a business 99 times, failed, and then he going again.
Right.
His son looked at him and said, "But Dad, why are you doing this thing, man? You failed 99 businesses." He says, "Son, I know of 99 ways of how not to do it.
Right.
The experience, you know,
Right.
so when you could draw on the mentors
Right.
who would have been successful sometimes, they would have failed sometimes, because if you haven't failed, you haven't tried, you know.
Right. Right.
And so,
Able to help you navigate some of those missteps.
just like you said.
Right.
so you know, like I said, to get back to the answer, absolutely free. Invest your time, build your business.
Wow, I think that and again, see the thing is daily, right? On this show, I can let you guys in on some of the business ideas that we have here on the show. Up to yesterday, we were listing out a couple of them, and we were hoping that somebody would come and help us to develop some of them. Like we are there talking about maybe we need to get some these high these products that appeal to the elite, let's say the high market, right? Some of you are suggesting maybe cigars and stuff like that,
items.
right? But I want to get you guys feedback on this one, because this has been one that's been very popular with our listeners and our viewers. Monkey milk. Y'all, if y'all think so this is an idea that we've had. I don't know if I could bring it to this forum, but we've been thinking monkey milk is something that we could market from St. Kitts. What do you think?
we would invite you to our little quarters. Let's sit down and do some serious research and the consultations and so on.
Okay.
Before we go public.
But yeah, guys, I mean, you guys have heard the information. You guys, and this is something that I think is very important. Very important. Generally is because we want to see businesses being created. We want to see persons being able to take their ideas from that idea stage right through to successful businesses. And these are the kind of things that really help you to get there. But guys, you're gonna have to take the step. You're gonna have to go. You're gonna have to register. You're gonna have to participate, and there's really no obstacle. There's no price. You don't have to jump on a plane and be away from your girlfriend for a long time. Now is the time for you to be able to really access these opportunities and maximize it. But again, for persons who are listening who want to know, well, what is the next step? Where do I go for the information? Who do I call? How do I sign up? How do I register? Tell us a bit about that.
Here's what. When I allowed Mrs. Richards to come in to say, to find where to find us, that was strategic. Because if I want persons to remember one thing that we said this morning, is that they must go to the SBDC Facebook.
Okay.
Right.
And you find all of the information. Because what we did this morning was just a little snippet. I spoke to one program, but there's actually another program, 2 other programs.
Oh, so there's more opportunities.
Similar in nature. One which would have been a little bit more at an advanced stage than this one that I'm speaking to. So we had persons already registering and they're already in the incubation program, etc.
Oh, wow.
OECS again. That one, I'd let Mrs. Richards just say a little on that quickly.
Okay, for sure.
The green entrepreneurship.
Okay, it's called the Green Entrepreneurship Initiative Program, and as Mr. Browne alluded to, just now, it's organized by the OCS. Well, it's an incubator also and accelerator program also. It's being offered by the Green Global Growth Institute, GGGI, through the OECS Commission. And the objective is to create and enhance businesses that have a green focus.
Okay.
That is the business that solves social and environmental problems and, in reasonable, in these areas. So usually we hear green, I guess some people, get kind of confused, or maybe even, because first, the focus you think you may be thinking like maybe solar type things or whatever, but it's also, it could be in agro-processing using what you have around you in order to make something else, to
Right.
make business.
Repurposing, recycling. That kind of
Yes,
thing.
exactly. So it's to help with the environment while you're actually making money and solving whatever issue might be going on, you know?
Mrs. Richards, before you continue, because this is a question that I get sometimes when people talk about, some of these opportunities. I believe that if you see an opportunity and you have an idea, a lot of the times the way that the programs are structured, that there's probably a way that you can present your idea in a way to make it eligible for what's going on. Is that your experience?
Yeah, so of course, sometimes we feel like we should be in a particular box, but we don't have to. And we have access to all kind of things now. So you could just kind of tailor your idea to what works at the time. It would make sense because,
Right.
of course, you can't go sell chicken in a Rastafarian place and think that it's going to work. You have to adjust. You're going to have to sell whole wheat drumstick instead.
Right.
So, you have to be able to, adjust.
Right.
And that's what the SBDC is here for also. So if you need assistance in that area, you have an idea, you want to help to formulate it, you want to show how you could fit in the box in the way you want to go, then you come and you ask for assistance with us. We'll assist you with that.
Okay. And so this incubator and this accelerator program, this is something that is now going. Can people still be a part of it, or is this something that you're just highlighting that these are the types of opportunities that come around?
Yeah, it's still running. I think
The acceleration part of it, like I said, for the green entrepreneurship one, that is at an advanced stage. So we've had registration already for incubation. But the acceleration part of it now, where there are persons who would be already in business and want to move it to the next stage, we want them to listen. Listen for when we're telling you it's registration time. It is coming up soon. You still have an opportunity to be a part of that green one. So we came here to tell you, well, we focused on the techie one, OECS techie, but there's also OECS green.
Right.
And of course, there is another one. There are other areas that we are working on, work in progress. We want to leave that one a little bit so we could come back and hit you with that one again.
Well, you guys welcome here, come back and talk to us, because this stuff is very important, eh? What you guys are doing at the SBDO is very important, because a lot of times the biggest barrier to starting for a lot of persons with ideas is by where they get the money. Right? And the truth is that there are grants and the loans and stuff that are available for persons who have these ideas. And not only that, a lot of the times the money isn't just given to you. Just given to you. It's coming along with, like you said, mentorship, access to a network, training. So these are opportunities that we really want to see more and more people taking advantage of. And we can't be outdone by the other islands. Because the other islands, them doing it here. The other islands, them jumping on this here. All kind of people coming out of the woodwork like, I got a business idea. And going and creating successful businesses and using these programs to get a jump start. So we need to see more and more people doing that. Because we have the same ideas, we have the same creativity. Right? And a lot of times we have even more opportunity here.
Exactly.
So, hopefully that people really jump on board and take full advantage. Hey, go to the Facebook right now, like the page.
You couldn't say it any better.
Thank you.
Couldn't say it any better.
Say it, SPDC.
And like I said, there are things in the pipeline. We can't mention some of the names and the specifics yet, but I'm going to let Mrs. Richards just give you a little teaser as to something that we're looking at.
Tease us.
I'm okay to do that. Well, we focus on the tech and the green, so now it's a little focus on the women. Of course, Beyonce said we run the world. So we have
that.
Exactly. So now there's a program where we're going to be right now developing with the stakeholders. That's going to be focused on women. That's young women who's just startups and who just, in the business. And it's going to be geared towards assisting them and helping them grow and, and if you want to start a business, it's almost like all these others, the mentorship, the accelerator, and all of that. But it's for women, and it's coming up. And just like you would have said, and Mr. Browne said, you go to the Facebook page, that's SPDC, SKB. They'll be posting the information when it's out. And you can always call in when the time has come. Oh, and I would like to say too, in relation to the Greenpreneur Incubator, I would have had an applicant follow up, I guess, because, you know, everybody's waiting for the information. So for those who would have applied, feel free to always call in at the SBDC just to follow up. If you need an assistance with anything, check the page, we'll be updating and so forth. So, yeah, SBDC St. Kitts on Facebook.
And we don't settle for anything less other than knowing that our participants are being considered. As a matter of fact, we've broken some barriers, you know. In some cases, you know, when these programs are done, they're telling you, okay, the persons must register. And then we get no feedback at all as to, well, who registered and why they did not succeed, etc.
Right.
Well, we have been able to negotiate and make fuss with the consultants and the OECs, tell them we want to know.
Right.
If we target 100 people and you only see 2 applications, let me know who them 2 be. Let me know who the 98 who didn't go. Let me go work with them.
Right.
So we've been able to get that. So
I know that's 98 ideas still that need to.
Thank you very much.
Exactly.
Yes. So they would, you know, we're not leaving out people. I mean, at the end of it, like I said, didn't get some grant funds. You didn't get what you think you wanted, but you're still in the network. And when there's funding available from any source, you will be able to get the information.
Right. And guys, so yeah, it's not even just enough to go to the Facebook page, SBDC SKB.
Yes.
On Facebook, but also when you go, make sure you subscribe and get notifications because the information comes out regularly.
Yes.
And so you want to be up to date. You don't want to miss out on these opportunities. Sometimes when you hear about it and it's, you know, it's close to the deadline and things like that, man, watch you. Got your idea ready to go so you could pull the trigger. You understand?
Exactly.
And guys, I really want to thank you for coming and sharing the information. We talk about the need for people to really just adapt and right now some of us really need to just make a shift. We've seen people doing it and we've seen some successes, but we do believe that there's more scope and more opportunity for people to build out their own businesses, to take that idea that you've been kind of considering, kind of thinking about, kind of dilly-dallying, seesawing with. Maybe now is the time when you go out and step. And especially for the young people. Like my father does say this thing all the time. He said, do it when you're young. He got this term, he does say, you're risk resilient. Right? He said, do it when you're young. If you fail in nothing, you're young. You understand?
It's okay to fail.
Yeah, it's okay to fail.
You don't lose the lesson.
Right.
So you could lose, you know, but don't lose the lesson.
Indeed. The L don't stand for loss, it stands for lesson.
Thank you.
All right. But guys, it's been a real pleasure. Is there anything else you want to say before we wrap up?
Well, I know Mrs. Richards has something to say, but I just want to make sure that people understand, our entrepreneurs understand, the deadline is Thursday.
Okay.
Do it now. Registration deadline for this techie one, the one that we spoke to mostly, is Thursday. So do this one now.
Yes, and if anybody need help with the application form, they could get us at, come to the office at Bladen Commercial in the Nagico building, 2nd floor. Well, I asked for the Facebook person to post this interview on our Facebook page, and I was also asked to make sure that I big up those in the office.
Okay, well,
so
couldn't be without a team.
Big them up one day. Shout them out.
Yes, so shout out to Shavella Taylor, Simona Powell, Shadeen Brooks, Monica Francis, Delwayne Delaney, and Kyla Gibson Dorr, hardworking staff at the Small Business Development Center. So, you could check us out.
Big up
yourself.
Hey, somebody gotta come in here next time here. I can't be saying.
And I'm sorry, Orland. Orland. And so, Marvin Gaye and our.
I'll leave the descriptions for you.
Yes, forgive me, Orland.
Orland getting all kind of things, but Orland doing it. But yeah, guys, and hopefully we see some of you guys coming in to talk about some of the other opportunities and some of the stuff that just happens at the Small Business Development Unit. I think a lot of us are now recognizing that this exists and the great advantages that comes from just visiting and talking to you guys about what you guys do there. Very important work. I just want to thank you guys again for coming, talking to us. Mr. Browne, we talk about this stuff all the time, so you're always free to come and let us know exactly what's happening.
Thank you much. We really appreciate the opportunity. We think we're doing it for country, we're doing it for our people, and just want to congratulate you on the good work you guys are doing here as well. I mean, when I heard about this thing and had a chance to listen to some of these sessions and some of the things you do, I just got to say great work.
Man, I appreciate that so much. But guys, it's been rich, it's been great. We're going to take a short break and come right back with more Island Tea right here with Media SKN. Stick and stay.
Feel the magic happening. Campari. Taste. Something incredible happens when Campari is mixed just right. Like Campari and orange juice poured over ice. Taste it. Try it tonight. Bitter, sweeter, better. Campari. Must be 18 years and older. Drink responsibly.
Welcome back to Island Tea right here on with Media SKN, and it's still Tuesday, October 5th, all day today. And time is fast approaching. The time for us to end is fast approaching. It's now 9:47. But quickly, just gonna let you guys know that it's tea time. And we're gonna talk a bit about some of the stuff that's happening in the Federation. And around just a few minutes before we wrap up and call it a day. This one was rough. This one was a rough one. I ain't even gonna lie. And we could tell from the outpouring of love and condolences and stuff like that this loss was something that a lot of people were saddened by, and that is the untimely passing of Anthony Johnson. Right? But I'll actually read a press release from the St. Kitts and Nevis Bar Association, and it reads: the St. Kitts and Nevis Bar Association received the news of the sudden and untimely death of our learned friend Anthony L. Johnson with deep shock and sadness. We send condolences to his family, friends, and colleagues. They will remain in our prayers. Anthony, the managing partner of Johnson & Associates, practiced law for over 25 years in the British Virgin Islands and St. Kitts and Nevis, and was a widely respected member of our profession. Anthony was also a stalwart in the Federation's football and entertainment communities. He will be dearly missed. We offer support, thoughts, and prayers to his family and other colleagues. Anthony's son, Shabazz Johnson, and Anthony's law partner, Vadisha John Brooks. May they find solace in the knowledge that Anthony was loved, respected, and admired in the profession and beyond. We pray that Anthony rest in eternal peace. And this is signed yours faithfully, Garth Wilkin, who is the president of the St. Kitts Nevis Bar Association. Now, I don't know if she have a problem, but I'm going to push the business on the road because she's been putting it on the road anyway. But this one hit Island T hard as well because our producer, Jade, Mr. Johnson was his uncle. And so, of course, when you lose, family members, such a sudden and untimely way that it sometimes makes it makes it difficult to manage. And so, from us here at Island T, we really want to send condolences as well to Jade and the family, as well as his friends, colleagues, the entire firm there, Johnson and Associates. And prayers, sending new healing energy. I'm praying for peace for you guys as well, as you deal with this difficult situation. He was, as it was said in the press release by the bar, he was a well-respected member of several communities, not only the law profession, but also football in St. Kitts, entertainment. As a matter of fact, when I first came back here, the first major event that I produced was the first Inception. He gave me opportunity to produce that, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful because I would have produced the first 3 Inceptions, I think it was, and through that we built a very good working relationship. He was I don't have to say more because a lot has been said, and really and truly, me and even want to to stay here and get all sappy on the people on radio this morning. But yes, rest in peace, and again, condolences to the friends, family, colleagues of Mr. Anthony Johnson. Well, when things get heavy, there's one man who we could depend on to just tell it like it is and give us some jiggy vibes, and that's Uncle Gaston. Uncle Gaston is at it again, and he ain't cutting no style with what he's saying. So, Prime Minister Gaston is letting people know that the Caribbean Development Bank loan of $25 million US can only do so much. That ain't enough. And I'm pretty sure a lot of us would think that he does have a point. But this article, which is found in AntiguaNewsroom.com, it says Prime Minister Gaston Browne says the Social Security, the UE and LIAT, says the Social Security, the UE and LIAT will be priority for Caribbean Development Bank loan. Wow. Hold on. Funny thing about it, this article isn't giving me... JD has given me some article that ain't opening up fully. But basically, yes, they would have taken a loan of $25 million from the Caribbean Development Bank. And, of course, everybody now going to have their ideas of what they're supposed to do with the money, how the money is supposed to be used. And let me tell you something, $25 million, when we're talking about country economics and and stuff of this sort and this scale, the money there does eat up pretty quick, Like, you have to understand, we have $100 million developments, real estate developments. So we're talking about the entire country and trying to figure out exactly where this money needs to be allocated, and where we need to prioritize. That isn't always an easy decision to make. Okay, it is still limited resources. And in this case, Gaston is letting you guys know that Social Security, Liat for sure, and UE is where they're gonna be prioritizing. So and also, not only that, he also hinted that the money ain't really all that much. So we're gonna have to really manage these things. I think one of the problems people have a lot of times is that there's a perception that there's a lack of efficiency in the civil service and government, and a lot of time there's wastage, which I can't really deny. I think a lot of times that is the case, and that really leads to a lot of questions being asked about where the money gone, what done with the money, boom, boom, boom. Of course, corruption is always an issue and things like that. But the truth is, money come, money go. These things cost a lot of money. $60 million for one project. You understand? I really need to talk to somebody. Maybe not from Social Security, because they come here all the time, but I know it might be difficult. Maybe an economist about the feasibility of Social Security over the long run, and what Social Security and those types of funds have to do to remain viable over time. Because it probably, when you really stop and look at it, like, it has to be a matter that the money is invested in a way that yields reasonable returns in order for it to remain viable. These funds, when you have more and more people expecting to let's say benefit from the fund, it must get difficult. It must get difficult, especially at the time now where based on healthcare and stuff like that, we see a lot of people, for the most part, living longer. And that's just the reality. Like, yeah, COVID might not make it look so, but no, people living longer, man. Life expectancy going up. But we have a caller on the line. Caller, good morning, live on LNT. What's up? Oop, lost a caller. Somebody is trying to get in on the other line. Good morning, caller, live on LNT. What's up?
Good morning.
Morning.
My condolences to the Island Peak family and those who are close to Lawyer Johnson and the whole community. I guess the whole Caribbean mourn the loss of Lawyer Johnson. I remember meeting Lawyer Johnson in the BVI, and he was someone who was very aggressive. It gave me the impression that he feared nothing or no one, and was very forthright and say what he thinks and how he feels, even though he right or wrong. That's how he felt. So we all mourn his loss, and he will be greatly missed among friends and relatives and those associated with him. But having said that, you have made a statement concerning the Antigua Prime Minister and concerning the money that he might not be getting enough. And it is so small. One of the things that we must take into consideration is that these politicians fall into some serious positions. Some of them are not even able to balance a simple budget of their own generating income, and have not even seen something like maybe $4,000 a month, $3,000 a month maybe, and find themselves in a pool of millions of dollars, which is very difficult to spend. To make money is a hard shift, but to spend money is one of the hardest shifts. I'm not going to stay too long, because one of the main things is that when the money leaves your hand, it's gone and it's not coming back.
Gone.
It's gone. You have to show what did you receive for that money and how did it leave your hand. And trust me, everybody on the street and around the street and above around you want to take it from you. Not that when they get it, they're going to do the same thing, because it probably will just pass you their hand the same way. But it takes a certain amount of skill to spend money. It must be managed, and it must be managed properly. And you must see tangible result when it's finished, when it's being spent. As people are going to be wondering where the money gone, what happened to it. You must be stealing it. And maybe you did not steal it, it's just that the disbursement of the fund was not visible for most and many to see.
Mm-hmm.
Having said that, in our system, we can see that we have seen lots of abuse in our government equipment. People are being double paid. And when I say double paid, is that they take home a salary every month, because I can give it to you. The government paid the salary. And I wouldn't like to see the salary that government pay. It'll make you cringe. But a statement have been made to one of the prime minister, I will not say. And the statement go like this: Mr. Prime Minister, I understand what you are saying, but I cannot charge people more money than I've already put to them. But you can make more money easily. All you have to do is tax the people. And it's easy. You could put this and that and put something and something and take money from the people, but I can't do it. So where you can do it, I can't. And so I say that to say this. Government itself needs to come under a strong management of their funds. There are some people who are being double paid. They have a vehicle 24/7 without being assigned to them. Free fuel, free tires, free maintenance. And that is known to be grafted into part of their salary. And we call it want and waste, but people are grumbling, but they're not saying anything. People call for Richard Keynes to stop a lot of things, but he's gone. And you have prominent secretary in the ministry who have given position and failing to act. Because some reason or another they take the money and they don't act. You have people who even moving the vendors off the street. That's not the job of the prime minister to come and say. There are people who are being paid to do these jobs. They have the position. But for some reason or another, they looked at that square peg in wrong hole.
Yeah.
And so we are in a difficult position, because some of them are politically thing, and they jump to the party, and they might say this and they might say that.
I think politics really does complicate a lot of these situations. A lot of times people get the jobs because of politics, and and you can't tell me nothing because you put me here and all them kind of things you hear people saying. But Carl, I'm sorry, but we're gonna have to wrap it up because
I don't give you this quick one before you go. Let me answer this one. There's a rumor going around concerning Japan, who is a famous radio host.
I mean, like rumors, anyway.
People have to be very careful when it comes to these things. Always remember that whatever a man do, all of us have the possibility and the capability of doing it. So when you criticize that man, do it with caution, because you know what? You might not do the same, but you might do something similar. I like the way I asked upon program. Build the cat, put out warnings, and don't say, hi, I know you're going to do it, I catch you now. Don't let it happen.
Right.
Tell the man, don't mash my foot. Don't let him walk close to you. Don't let him hurt you. Don't let him injure you. Show him where you're coming from. But do it with grace.
Right.
And as I said to you, have a great day, sir.
All right, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, guys. Well, time is fast spent. I had a good time hanging out with my friends here and Island Tea. Appreciate you guys tuning in every day, whether it is on Facebook or on YouTube, Win Media SKN. If you go to the Win Media SKN's website to listen to us there, thank you. All you guys who do traditional radio, 98.9 on your FM dial, Win FM, big up yourself one time. I appreciate it. But guys, without further ado, I just want to leave you with this little reminder that you can't be everybody's cup of tea, because you is not a mug. See you guys tomorrow, right back here.